I always wanted to make a podcast about something. And I used to make a podcast about NASCAR, and that was in Dutch. Ryan Newman lag op kop in de laatste ronde van de belangrijkste race van het jaar, de Daytona 500. But I did that for 2 months. It was a weekly podcast, but I did it by myself. And then COVID hit, NASCAR stopped racing, and they went to iRace. I didn't care about that. Game Scout started to uploading a video about how could you get into NES Tetris. Then I decided, okay, I'm going to buy a NES console, I'm going to buy the Tetris cartridge, and I'm going to join the community. But then I still had the dream, like I want to make another podcast. So then I was at work, I was on my lunch break, and then it hit me, I'm going to make a podcast about Tetris and I want to interview people from the community. The fact is, I joined the community in April 2020. Up until the very first episode of Piece Dependency Podcast, I wrote 3 whole sentences in the Classic Tetris Monthly Discord. I was a little bit more active in Classic Tetris PAL because I'm from the Netherlands. PAL is our home region. So I figured I need to interview someone from the Classic Tetris PAL community. And Chris was widely known within both NTSC and the PAL community, so I think that was a very great choice. So when I wanted to ask Chris, it took me 3 full days to find the courage to write him the invite. I was scared. I didn't know if Chris wanted to do this. And eventually I knew that one day I did need to send Chris an invite, because if I didn't do that, there wasn't going to be an episode in July, and I really wanted to put out a show in July because I already advertised for that a show was coming on July 1st and that I was going to interview people from the Classic Tetris community. And since July 2020, there is a monthly podcast.